Welcome everybody to MIDL 2021. Welcome to a virtual Lübeck. I hope you had a safe and agreeable virtual trip here. I surely did. And I am glad to welcome here on stage with me my colleagues from the program committee, from the general chairs. And on behalf of everybody, I'd also like to welcome the president of the University of Lübeck, Ms. Gabriele Gillessen-Kasbach. She will be giving a brief introductory video shortly. And also the president of the University of Technology of Hamburg, and he will be talking afterwards. So, welcome everybody to Lübeck, and I'll hand over to Ms. Gillessen-Kasbach.
Thank you, Professor Ernst, for the nice introduction. It's quite a crazy feeling being here and waiting for the people of all over the world attending this meeting. Dear Professor Tim Giel, dear colleagues Ernst, Lellmann, Heinrich and Schäfer, dear participants, dear ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to welcome you also on behalf of the entire Presidential Board of the University of Lübeck to the Medical Imaging with Deep Learning Conference 2021 here in Lübeck. Of course, I would have been pleased to welcome you directly on the campus of the university and, of course, in the beautiful city of Lübeck in person. But even though here in Germany and especially in the north of the country, the counts are currently pleasantly low. The global pandemic situation, although, does not currently allow us to come together for such a large meeting. Of course, this is really sad, but we have all learned in the past 1.5 years how valuable virtual events can be. Although we know that science also lives from the direct exchange with each other, from personal conversations and certainly also from small talk beyond the presentations, however, I am convinced that the now upcoming virtual conference will also be extremely enriching and inspiring for you. We were very excited when we informed that Lübeck would be the next venue of the Medical Imaging with Deep Learning Conference. After Amsterdam, London and Montreal, we are very proud to join the ranks of these prestigious cities and universities. And I would like to take the liberty of saying that Lübeck was justified in winning the bet. Also a small but fine life science university in northern Germany, our slogan and mission is Focus on Life. Hence, our research based on our first course of studies in medicine, when it was founded more than 50 years ago, it is all about research into life. On our campus, computer scientists on the one hand and medical scientists on the other are direct neighbors. This means that we benefit from short distances and we can directly link and bring together basic research, development and application in order to be able to find the best diagnosis and therapy for patients, among other things. In addition, it is of note to say that in recent years in particular, artificial intelligence has become established in this context. Medicine is one of the most promising application areas of artificial intelligence with a huge potential for development. Especially research on medical imaging has a long tradition and corresponding expertise on our campus. Therefore, I'm absolutely convinced that Lübeck is a perfect choice to host this conference. For the organization, preparation and management of the conference, which was certainly not an easy task under the given circumstances, taking into account the constantly changing rule of the pandemic, I would like to express my warmest thanks to you and all, and especially to florist Ernst, Dr. Lellmann and Heinrich, here from the University of Lübeck. My warmest thanks also go to our colleagues Schläfer from the TU of Hamburg. I really know that it was a big effort to organize this conference in such a way that the many colleagues from both the American and Asian regions could attend the various online sessions. You all did a tremendous job, and I hope that you can now enjoy your conference as well. I wish all participants 3 exciting and inspiring days with vivid discussions and valuable exchange. Enjoy the conference atmosphere, even only virtually, and perhaps catch up with your visit to the Hanseatic city of Lübeck soon. Thank you very much for listening. And I give over now to my colleague in Hamburg, Professor Tim Giel. It's a pleasure.
Okay, I hope you can hear me. Thank you very much, Professor Gillissen-Kesbach. A warm welcome also from my side. I'm only virtually in Lübeck, but Lübeck is not far away from us, and I'm really happy that we are co-organizing and supporting the conference with our chairperson. So a welcome to everybody. Welcome to the organizers who did a great job of doing a conference organization, and I did it myself a number of times. And this time in a virtual world, which is giving a lot of problems and a lot of additional work. And I'm happy to see that this works so well. A warm welcome also to all presenters, to all participants being in the different remote locations anywhere. Hamburg University of Technology is one of the smaller universities, and Alex Schläfer, one of the organizers of the conference, is part of it. We are just a bit more than 40 years old, and that means we are in our best age to work. And we have something like 100 professors, 7,700 students roughly, and we are focused on engineering science. Our guiding principle is technology for humanity, and this really nicely fits to the conference objectives as well. We want to develop technological solutions for problems of society, and there are a number of different problems in society and economy which we have to face. It is starting from the renewable energies, it's going to green technologies, bio-based solutions, but also is addressing the aging society, and for that we need medical technologies. And if you look to medical technologies, it's something like a cooperation between science, medicine, and engineering sciences, which is really needed for this. Digitalization is a core element of the technological solutions, not only in medicine. And that is a part where at Hamburg University of Technology we are pretty strong and also cooperating in different contexts with Lübeck University. We have, for example, an initiative, Machine Learning for Engineering, which is having more than 100 researchers working on it, more than 20 professors of our universities and cooperating institutions. We also, as you know, and I have mentioned before, Hamburg University of Technology is young, dynamic, but also small and focused on engineering sciences. We need cooperations. We need strong cooperation with our partners in Hamburg and beyond. We have a long-standing and successful cooperation with the University Hospital in Hamburg, UKE, or KE, as you know, as our research center for medical technologies in Hamburg. But we are also very open to intensify the cooperations in Northern Germany, for example, with Lübeck University and Fraunhofer and Lübeck. And I think we are on a very good path there, and I'm happy that the speaker before, Professor Gillissen-Kesbach, is also open to discuss in more detail our joint cooperations, in particular in the case of medicine technology and computer science, which I think is something where we have to partner up to be successful in the global context. For the conference, which is not the global politics, I wish you a lot of virtual and intensive discussions, lots of new insights from the presentations you see, from the workshops you attend, and I'll wish you lots of fun and a successful days in the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the inspiring words to both Ms. Gillissen-Kasbach and Professor Tim Giel from the Universities of Lübeck and the University of Hamburg. Technology, sorry. I never seem to get that one right. I'll do my very best in the future. Anyway, thank you very much for the inspiring words. I would like now to hand over to my colleagues from the General Organization Committee and the Program Committee. First in line is Alexander Schläfer. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Floris, and on behalf of all of us, that is Matthias, Jan, Floris, and me, I'd also again like to welcome you to MIDL. I hope you see some slides by now. I don't quite see them here, but there we go. Welcome to Lübeck, welcome to MIDL, and if we look at MIDL, the first couple of words would be about what MIDL is and the MIDL mission. And the mission particularly includes, of course, medical imaging and deep learning, and would give a venue, provide room for deep learning researchers, clinicians and healthcare professionals to meet, discuss and share their thoughts on deep learning. Particularly, it covers a broad range of applications, and these range from diagnosis to treatment or therapy monitoring and all the different aspects of medical image processing. And all that, of course, we know depends on good data, on high quality data and lots of data. So it's certainly good to talk about how to get data and open data particularly. MIDL particularly also focuses on open and transparent research, and we had an open review process. We will learn a little more on that in a couple of minutes, and we will have free presentations at least after a while. Now, participating in MIDL 21 is a little different than it used to be and than we wished maybe. We are all here in Lübeck. You've heard about that, and from here we are broadcasting MIDL 21 live, for some part of the time at least, to all over the world. But of course there are advantages and disadvantages to virtual events. The advantage is there's no real jet lag. The disadvantage is there may be a virtual jet lag because still there's a day and night. And so for all of you participating from elsewhere, you will have to come here to Lübeck time. Looking at you, you represent 44 different countries. And these 44 different countries spread a large range of what the world is. And we see here that not all of you will be in the Lübeck time zone, that is when we have daylight here in Lübeck. And that is giving us a window of opportunity, so to say, which would be the time from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in UTC time, where everybody should be more or less available to listen in, to discuss. And that's what we want to do. We want you all to join us during that prime time to discuss, to get interaction going on, to see the keynotes and key presentations. And that will be all possible through GatherTown. So you will be able to roam around, even see some of Lübeck, even though virtually. And then all the sessions will be broadcast as WebEx events and also be available. They will be later available also on YouTube with a little delay. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter as well. I'd now like you to enjoy and particularly be active when you participate. Join us via GatherTown, please. And also remember that the viewing of the talks this time around will be at two different times, before and like the day before at night and in the morning before the sessions here in Lübeck. And you can also anytime have a look at the presentations in the virtual poster rooms and online through the program. And then you should join us for the live panel discussions here during prime time and be there for the keynote presentations. And please stay on for now, but then roam around GatherTown to really talk to other researchers. Thank you for being here, but also a big thank you for those who helped making this all possible. We'd like to mention the DFG, our research funding organization in Germany, and the local or state government of Schleswig-Holstein, and also the university clinics here in Lübeck, and a lot of other companies particularly who fund this MIDL 21 event. And I'd like to invite you to join them on GatherTown, going to their booth, have a look at their presentations it is noon for us, and every afternoon for us here in the program you will find sessions where they are presenting. Thank you very much. I'm now handing over to our program chairs for a couple more statistics, I suppose.
Thanks. Thanks a lot, Alex. On behalf of the program chairs, Jan, Marleen, Chi, and myself, I'm very happy to announce this year's MIDL program. To make the most out of a virtual conference, we had to change things slightly compared to previous events. We still have 18 long orals that focus on the very best papers, but we also have a substantial amount of short orals with 4 to 6 minutes length of presentation. And as Alex mentioned, you can pre-watch all of these recorded videos, advance in time, and also in group viewing sessions. With this, we were able to create a 6-hour-long primetime session that spans across all the time zones and enables you to come together and discuss and engage. We also have GatherTown, where you can meet and chat to people and also look at the posters and talk to the poster presenters. We are introducing study groups that prepare questions for engaging Q&As, and we are proud to announce 3 keynote speakers, Polina Goland, Bernhard Scholköpf, Bernd Stahl, and the scientific program is comprising 123 papers. 60 of them are full papers with often very extensive validation, and another 63 are short papers that present interesting, exciting ideas in an earlier stage. Learning from or without any good labels or noisy labels is one of the most prominent methodological themes here. And while segmentation and detection is the very much the focus, registration and reconstruction are also catching up as subject areas. As you can see, our authors and the origins of the countries spread across the globe, with some particular peaks in the countries that have previously organized MIDL conferences and the US. And with this, I'd like to hand over to Jan to explain the review process.
Thank you, Matthias. So before I talk about the review process, a very big thank you to all of the authors for really being the heart of this conference and bringing this conference to life and spending so much work preparing their manuscripts. We had a very strict review process supported by 124 reviewers for the full papers and 86 reviewers for the short papers and 22 area chairs, all voluntarily, of course. We had a single blind process with an option for de-anonymizing the reviewers afterwards. All papers were reviewed by at least 3 reviewers for the full papers and 2 reviewers for the short papers, plus an area chair recommendation and then an extra round of program chair discussion. We were very happy to see that there was a very active rebuttal and discussion phase for the full papers, and all of that will be public after decision. So we are very happy that everything in the tradition of MIDL is going to be on open review, including the review process and the final papers. We also would like to thank PMLR again for hosting our proceedings for the full papers as a volume and for archive for the short papers. And new this year, we also have a special issue at Medical Image Analysis, so a very big thank you to you as well. So the papers that have been selected have already received their invitations. All of this results in an acceptance rate of 52.9% for the short papers, with 1 selected for the special issue, and 48.3% for the full papers, and that splits up into 33.9% selected for short orals and 14.5% selected for long orals based on recommendations and on quality. Overall, we also selected 12 papers for the special issue. So if you're part of one of these groups, then congratulations for being successful in a very competitive event. Finally, a big thank you to everyone involved, in particular also the area chairs and all the support personnel who mostly responded within minutes. I had open review, TPMS, PMLR, and medical image analysis. We had a very ambitious goal of 6 weeks from submission to decision, and we had no major delays, so very big thank you again for submitting all your reviews on time. And with that, I would like to hand over to Marleen, who will talk about the most important people in this review process, the reviewers.
A big thank you to all the reviewers who helped us to select the most interesting papers. We especially want to acknowledge those who did an exceptionally good job, and for that we have our Outstanding Reviewer Awards. Area chairs scored the quality of all reviews, and reviewers then got points for all the reviews they submitted based on their quality. And summing up these points, we reached 17 honorable mentions, as you see on this slide, and we will hand out 9 Outstanding Reviewer Awards. Award winners, they get the honor to chair one of the oral sessions at this year's MIDL, and also Lübeck specialty is on the way to you as a small token of our appreciation. Christian, Monica, Yanis, Alessa, Raghav, Hans, Nick, Antoine, thank you very much for the outstanding job you did as a reviewer for MIDL. And I now hand over to Chi for the best paper award.
Thanks, Malin. So for the Best Paper Award, the selection process is very rigorous this year. The program chairs will select a short list of 5 papers by taking into account of the reviews, essay scores, and individual best paper conflict interest, and they have re-rated all these 5 papers again by considering the novelty, innovation, technical contributions, experimental results, potential impact, and paper priority and organizations, and then finally selected 1 best paper award and 1 runner-up. So here we listed the 5 shortlisted papers, and great congratulations to all the authors and all the papers. And for the final winner, we'll take home an NVIDIA GPU, and the runner-up will have 500 Euro cash dollars. And the final results will be announced on Friday in the closing ceremony. And in addition to the Best Paper Award, this year there will also have 2 audience awards, for the one for Best Long Oral Presentations and the other for Best Short Oral Presentation. And more details will be sent on the emails later. So then I will hand over to the social chairs.
Would not be MIDL if it's just about research, but it's also about community. And so we did our very best to give you the full MIDL experience, even though it's a virtual conference. This is Alessa, me, Yannis, and Max. And who said that there can be social events at a virtual conference? Actually, we packed the program with a lot of social program, and specifically we can highlight our bars. So today in the get-together, please come to our rooftop terrace that will open just a few minutes before the get-together starts. So be patient for that. And the good thing, we really have bars. It's a rooftop bar, and we have real barkeepers. Good thing about virtual events is that we can have world's best barkeepers at our bars, and of course we all know that they are from Vienna in Austria. At least ours are from there, and they are pretty good in mixing cocktails with you, with everything you find in your kitchen. If you still need to go shopping, you find the grocery lists on the website under social program. If you did not go shopping yet and won't make it, don't worry, go to them anyway. They're pretty good at improvising. And also we are very, very happy to present to you the MIDL Mule, which is our very own and first signature cocktail of the MIDL conference that they specifically designed for us. So stay tuned for that. And we also have a gala event in our program. Well, gala event is a big word. We promise you the old city center of Lübeck, and we will give our best to give you the old city center of Lübeck. Of course, you won't be there in person, but we did our best to let you dive into the inside the medieval city center. Stay tuned for details. And with that, this is not only the only social program, because GatherTown is a social program in itself. And for that, I will hand over to Alessa, who is now added here remotely, as she's the very first speaker in the very first session. So Alessa, stage is yours.
Thank you, Yannis. Besides the 2 evening events, there is more. So maybe you want to watch a video again, and the only thing that is better than watching the presentation of the latest research from the community is to watch it with the community. So grab your friends and colleagues, go to our video on demand room on the left side of the service desk. And moreover, after the success of the MIDL run in London, we want to continue with that. This time, everywhere on the world. So please join our Strava group to run with us. You find all information about that on the MIDL board and on our website. But that's not all for the sport activities. After the second long oral session every day, there will be a short and hopefully easy workout to get focused again on the second part of the prime time. As Yannis already mentioned, GatherTown itself is also part of the social program. Explore the map, meet with each other during the breaks, for example, in our kitchen, in the park, or at our nice beach bar. And we have hidden some nice videos on the map. Maybe you find them all. So that was quite a lot of information in a short time, but don't worry. You find a lot of TVs with guiding videos over the map, so that will help you. And moreover, when you see us with this orange name tag, we are spotlighted, and we will remind you over and over again what to do, where to go, and things like that. So get better used to our faces. That's it. And Flores, the stage is yours again.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for this great introduction to this hopefully really great and interesting meeting. I am really looking forward to seeing you all virtually and having interesting discussions with you. And finally, I would like to remind everybody that MIDL 2021 aims to be an inclusive event. So by signing up for the conference, you agree to read our code of conduct, so please do adhere to it. Should you have any technical issues, any problems, any difficulties at all during the conference, feel free to contact us at any time. You can reach the help desk in Gathertown that will be staffed more or less all over the day, and maybe not at night in Lübeck, but we'll do our best to keep it staffed as long as we can. And also, if you need anything else, feel free to address our email address. And in a couple of minutes, the first long oral session will start. I already thank the two session chairs. It's Min-Young Kim from University of North Carolina, Greensboro, and Jelmer Wolkring from the University of Twente in the Netherlands. And this is the end of our formal opening ceremony. Thank you all for being here, and enjoy the conference.